Hi, I'm Seamless, and today is Sunday, which means it's time for a new track from scratch. And I do actually mean new because, I should have gotten rid of XSplit, that'd be nice. I do actually mean new because I'm not continuing the drum and bass track, at least not now. I might later. That's because I'm not really feeling it. And to answer most people's questions about what do you do when you're not feeling a track, when you're not feeling the creativity, and I don't really know where to go, you don't go on that track anymore. You work on something else. So that's what I'm doing. And today, I'm going to work on a dubstep track. Not just any dubstep track, though. I want to make a new, big, epic track, kind of like Codename Hurricane, only I'm going to do it from scratch so everyone can see what I'm doing. That's the plan anyway. I might just fuck this up like the drum and bass track. I might just make something shitty. That's fine. That's just the breaks. That's the breaks. You know, because real producers screw up stuff, and we don't always finish what we create. And I'm not planning anything when I make these things, so I can't always guarantee that what I am going to do is going to work. So this is a message to you guys who think that you suck because you can't finish stuff you start. Don't worry about that. We do too. Can you teach me how to make a drum and bass loop? Kick on the 1, kick on the 3.5, kick, snare on 2 and the 4. You're done. Do I in here? I don't know. Okay. Midnight Line Request. Who wrote that? I know who wrote that. I know that song. I forget. Whatever. Anyway, let's do this. So here's a new FL, completely untouched, 100%. It's got the limiter and the thingy. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the BPM to 140 because we're doing dubstep. I'm going to also change the limiter to be gain 0 and the time parameter is all the way off. So it's basically distorting whenever anything goes above 0 dB, but that's okay. That'll get changed when I do an actual master. And these guys, just screw all of them. Alt, delete, by the way, did that. Okay. All right. So the first thing I want to do with this track, I want to make it big and epic. So I'm going to open up play. If you're unfamiliar with what this is the player for East-West Quantum Leaps libraries, food libraries. And this is where I get all my orchestra stuff. It was very expensive. So, all right, I kind of know what I want. Like I had this thing in my head. What does the solo cello sound like? It has key switches. That's interesting. Let's open one up. I don't actually know what this sounds like. I imagine it sounds like a solo cello. But I wish to know. Well, that's depressing. Do I gotta do the do not allow keyboard focus? Yes, I do. And Skype is open. Okay. This is me turning off Skype. I don't know why I switched cameras. I could have just turned it off with the camera on, but I did. So, good job, me. Could have sworn. Okay, well. I'm looking for short ones. Those are all like the lyrical ones. There it is. Here, do I have any? I don't have any reverb on, but I do have these loaded. Let's go to close mics. That's a little better. Awkwardly panned, but that's okay. Harmonics. So we got a little bit of round robin. I'd probably be better off just using the cello sections. So I do have a. See, do I want to do key switches or do I want to do? I guess I want to do individuals. See, there's two ways you can do this. You can do what I have here, which is the key switches, and what this does is that whenever you press a key, it changes the articulation. It's basically loading a new sample set when you do that. But in order to do that, it loads all the sample sets, which is not quite the same thing as loading all the sample sets in a contact plugin, because it's not actually loading samples. It's loading sample information, because really what it's doing is that it's streaming the samples from the hard drive it's on, which for me is this guy over here, new volume G. And here's where I keep all that stuff. And this guy, new volume G, is two 512 megabyte SSD cards that are together in RAID 0 for a total of 1 terabyte, or a really fast 1 terabyte. And I do that because I have this thing which streams from the hard drive, which means if I have a lot of them, there gets to be some bottlenecking problems. And the bottleneck being the hard drive speed. So hence, solid state drives, RAID 0, really goddamn fast. But the key switching really only benefits if I'm going to do lots of articulation changes and the humanization of a sound, whatever. And if I am just going to use just cellos just so I can have, you know, staccato notes, I am better off just finding just the one individual articulation and then doing one each for that. So that's what I'm going to do. The question is, which one do I want? Replace. Yes. Let's see what the close mic sound like. A little messy. Just a little messy. That was the Mercado. Where's these guys? Place, yes. Not what I wanted. Don't want his spiccato. This might be too short though. Those are really goddamn short. All right, well, I'm gonna make the line that I want, and then I'll pick one. Okay, so I gotta be smart about this. So the way that play works is that you can load. You don't load one of these for every time you want one sound. It has a mixer and all kinds of cool stuff that you can do with it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a MIDI out for each of these, and by default, this one should already have set up. So I'm gonna set up a MIDI port, input port 1. I don't need to output anything. Get rid of that little corner. I'm gonna add a MIDI out. Put you to port 1, channel 1, and now it's playing the cello. So now when I want to add in new sounds, I'll just add a stack of sounds here, and I can set an output offset and the MIDI offset, and this will mean that I can load more than one sound in just one instance of play. There's a limit to how many I can have, and if I do need to go over, I'll make a new one. But I'll probably make a new one per section. So like this one will be like probably the strings that I want to use, and then another one might be the brass, and then like woodwinds or whatever, and then like extraneous bullshit that I want, like percussion and stuff like that. So that's how you use play. It's a smart way of using play. So I'm gonna put this guy over on insert 20 because I leave like these guys open for like drums and stuff, because that's how I do percussion. All right, so let's write the line. Now, what key do I want to be in? I forget what key. Coding Hurricane. That's probably an E. Let's do D, because that's what my guitar is tuned to right now, which might matter. It might matter in the future. I gotta think of the line. How low can this go? All right. I'm not going to use this sound. I'm going to go to the Mercado one. This is too short. The problem with this is that these samples have round robin, which means that when I play a note, There's a whole bunch of samples of the same note that it plays through, so that when you play like really fast stuff, it sounds more realistic. I say more realistic, not necessarily completely realistic, but realistic enough. And if I play octaves, though, it screws up the. If I play any kind of chord, it screws up the round robin. What's the short script sound like? Fast enough. Quick up down might be better. Nope. I don't want pizzicato. Mark up down. Even worse. This one has a mod. Yeah, that mod's in the slappy slaps. And by mods, I mean if I had a mod wheel, I could mess with that, and I can actually do that. If I set one of these to CC1, which is the universal CC for mod wheel. See over here now, there's no slappy, and then over here there's all slappy. And if you don't know what CCs respond to what common MIDI control, if you go to over here, you say browse parameters, it shows you all the various parameters. But if you scroll down, we start to get to just the regular MIDI CCs, and they actually are labeled. So this is why I know that CC1 is the modulation wheel, and then CC2 is breath controller, and then there's foot controller, portamento. There's also like when I use contact libraries, I have pianos. I want to know what the sustain pedal is supposed to be. If I just have a normal MIDI keyboard and I put a sustain pedal and a sustain input, it'll just do it because it's correct. But if I don't have one and I want to do what I did here, where I make it so like maybe this is the sustain pedal, then I go in here and I look until I find sustain. There's a lot of different versions of it. There's sus and udo, damper pedal, which is the sustain pedal, MIDI 64, and then soft pedal and the God of Foot switch and all this stuff like this. So these are all what the CCs do on general MIDI. So like if you have a MIDI keyboard with all this stuff, this is what they do. Like reverb depth and tremolo control and chorus depth and celeste depth. Jesus. These are all very specific things, but these apply to every single thing that ever uses general MIDI. General purpose controller. And then here are all the play specific things that you can automate. In case you didn't know that. Sounds so dumb though. See, this is why I was looking at the solo cello, because I knew this would sound dumb. What if I do double basses? They might have something better. I had to play it higher up, but don't look like they have much. They have slaps. See, they just call it slaps. They didn't even call it the other one. Let's do quick up down. I know it's not going to sound anything like I want. Can't even play high enough. Jesus. Actually, okay, there's one more thing I can try. Large string ensemble. And they should have some short ones. Mark. Right. Now this is a combination of all the string instruments. It's literally the same thing. See, over here, it tells you how fast the disk is doing what it's doing. Over here, we have CPU usage. Over here is how much RAM we're actually using, which is not a very large amount of RAM. In fact, it's like almost nothing. I had a CPU is like, oh my god, 114%. So I'm not totally sure how reliable that reading is. I really want this intro line to be that line, though. Let's try, what my violas. Short. Repetitions. That's too low. Well, if it didn't sound like it was low pass, that might be better. S marked up down. Marcato S. It just has straight up staccato. Maybe I do want pizzicato. Piz. Yeah, let's have this be entirely what the video is about, trying to find one instrument that makes what I want to have happen make sense. That's what I want. I don't know what this means. Let's find out. Perhaps. Interesting. Interesting. I kind of hear something happening here. Let's just doing this, and then did I want to go up to the 3? I had to make a new line, but that's kind of what I want to do. Okay, so that's kind of. I might not keep that, but the sound anyway. But that's what I want to have happen with it. I know what I want to have something on top of this. I can hear it in my head. What's the chat saying? How do you automatically paste in the end, paste in the middle? I'm hitting Control B to do that. When you have like a thing, you select it and you hit Control B, not Control C, Control V, but Control B. It'll paste it automatically at the end like that, and then you can just keep going. That's a lot of fun. Something to be conscious of is that it'll still work if you do this. Like this will still do Control B. However, if I do another selection within it, it doesn't care. It'll paste it like that because this is the time constraint that it's actually keeping track of. So just be aware of that when you have time selection like that. But that's what I was doing. I was using Control B. Where's the bass? Yeah. Go up to G and then move to A sharp. I might do that. That might be a thing I do. That isn't the key after all. However, I want to add in my other stuff first. This is just an intro. Like this is just a big ol' intro. All right, so now I want to add in. Oh, I have the sound in my head. Okay, so it's a violin, a really high pitched one. Oh boy. Okay. Let's do butter legato. That sounds nice. Add. See, now when I add it, it's going to add it into a new MIDI channel, but it still have the same output. So I want to put this to output 3 and 4, and then I'll clone the MIDI and say channel 2. And now that's a new thing. Oh, I can't do it. But I know other instruments that can. All right, so that's that one. And then I also want a trumpet. Well, a bunch of trumpets. I need to go back to brass. 2 trumpets, 4 trumpets. See what they have for options. 4 trumpets. Well, see the same options. Sometimes I don't know why there's 2 sections like that But like for example, sometimes like the two trumpets, they'll have a key switch. They'll have like 4 options, and then the 4 trumpets might have like 8, like a lot more options for some reason. There's reasons, I'm sure. If I read the manual, I might know what they are, but I don't. So I just want straight up, just sustained. All right, so actually I want to save this. Not only do I want to save it, but I want to save it with a data folder. Let's get that out of the way. Project data. So yeah, stream 110. That's where the glitch hop track lives. So let's call this stream 140. What's today's date? 5/4. Yes. 140 5/4. Now I did the data folder, and this is so that when I eventually resample something and I drag it out of Edison, it'll drag it and it'll save that file in that folder, so everything is nice and organized. All right. Damn it, that's the highest note. Am I in E? I'm in D. Why did I hit a? I'm a smart person. I put an E on that string, I think. Yep. So close. But that high note. See, the trumpet can't do that either. Wow, okay. Perhaps not. Yeah, but these guys are all nice and be quieter. If you remember the Matrix, the original Matrix, there's kind of a style of like stack, like a layering they do that I'm kind of going after. Did I put this in the right? No, I didn't. 5 6. All right, there's one more group that I want to add, and that is flutes. Flutes. Expressive diminished. Is that what that says? Let's see what that sounds like. That's kind of cool, but I just want legato. And right, can't close. I might pitch shift this one. I did that for Resolve. When I used the trombones for the big, I made a I used the trombone to do it because that's what that sound is trombones, and it was just not low enough because Resolve was in C and the trombones went down to D. So I just recorded it out and pitch shifted it down to one whole step to be C. And the act of pitch shifting it actually made it sound real interesting. But I might do that. I might do that for the flutes if it doesn't do what I want it to do. 7 8. Yeah. The fuck? Oh, right. So. Do I not have a piccolo flute? Piccolo? I do. Let's solo piccolo flute though. That might sound really bad. But let's find out. Sounds about the same. Okay, good. That's what I wanted. That's a lot nicer sounding than I thought it'd be. I do still want that can be there, but these guys can be quieter. That might still work the way I want it to, but it might not. Now these all, yeah, that major sound is not gonna fly the way I want it to. This guy has a trumpet, right? Yeah. Should probably label what I'm doing. So this is cello, violin, trumpet, name and stuff. That might backfire. So that's a part of what I want to have happen, but that's like I have this like super specific thing in my head that I want to try and do, and like this is a part of it. Ooh, I need oboes, not oboes, clarinets. Maybe oboes. Oboes might be involved, but I don't know if I want staccato. I need to clone new channel 5. Rename clarinet. I'm not remaking Peter and the Wolf. Also not remaking. I don't remember how to pronounce that song. Philip, the song name, Philip Glass. You know what I'm talking about. Trailer, Watchmen. Grand Theft Auto 4. Igor or something? I don't remember what it's called. But you know what I'm talking about. People know what I'm talking about. I used to kind of want to do the same thing though, but not. I can't go over that. Okay, so let's try to. Maybe. Perhaps. That's cool. Like big one, smaller one, smallest one. Most of them aren't planning to do it all, but you know how they say that plans don't survive contact with the enemy? Well, imagine melodies don't survive contact with a piano roll. Oh, see that? I don't want that. I want the. I could just do this. Maybe not. I guess it kind of works. Does this have any kind of velocity layering? I think it does. Not all of these guys have velocity layering. So like when I do swells using volume automation, that's one thing. But some of them, if I really wanted to, I could find crescendos of those guys, of the strings and all that kind of stuff. That's a little bit unnecessary. But I want to like swell this up and down, but they're individual notes. So that it has velocity layering is super duper helpful in this regard. So I want to do that, and then I want to have a version of it that's on the 3. So let's bring up the whole thing to 3, and then make everything supposed to be in key. We're in F, right? Or D. And the 3 is major. I want to swell up the stuff, so I'm going to merge paddle clips. And now I can do volume swelling. I don't want it to be super obvious at the beginning, but kind of obvious coming in, and then comes in, and then it goes up and down. Actually, I guess you want to go all the way up. I don't know what that's gonna sound like. I'm right clicking, by the way, if you didn't know that. Left clicking lets you draw one in, and then right clicking does that. This isn't really what I wanted originally, but it might work. This might work, or it might be totally bad. But that's the risk we have when we do things that we don't know what we're doing. It does kind of sound like I'm doing some kind of like weird boogie, doesn't it? I don't really want to do that. So, yeah, let's try it again. I guess I still have the original, don't I? Let's just do straight up fill glass. Why mess with what works, right? And where is viewer? What's this guy? I can just like get rid of this, Control B, and yeah. Notice that I didn't even have any selection that time. And that's because if I don't have a selection, anything that's just here is the selection. Now it's selected, so if I were to do it again like that kind of thing. But if I do this, not selected. So in case you were wondering. Boop. So 5 is the 3. 4 is the 1. Or 3 is the 1. 3 is the 1. You're the one. He finally believes. This is really just trying to be backgroundy, cool sounding. This like not really front. That's why I'm not totally sure about the staccato option, because it's too forced. But like, there's not have any other short options. Legato options. I doubt that'll work though. It sounds precisely the same. That's because I added it and didn't replace it. Delete it. No. Super no. Yeah, okay. Sustain legato? Not even, it's terrible. There's a regular staccato, but this just means it doesn't have round robin, which will sound exactly the same every single time. Maybe I'll do regular flutes, because I'm doing piccolo flute to do the high note. It's kind of better because like it sounds, it's more backgroundy. It's not as pronounced. I'm kind of okay with that. Oh, I know what I'm doing with this. I know exactly what I'm doing with this. And then this is fine. I just do the volume automation that I did before. So like increasing, not so much, then really increasing, and then increasing some more, and increasing some more times, and then increasing slowly again. Did I miss something? Yes, I did. Shit, I went. This isn't supposed to match up here. This is because I went the three. Okay, well you get to go to the 2. That's not better. Awesome. Okay, so this is gonna modulate up to the 3. That's what this is gonna do. Except that I can't go higher. I'm gonna get the highest note for a lot of these things, except for of course the piccolo. Oops, I didn't want to get rid of that. Did I get rid of it? Yes, I did. Okay, so violin. Oh, hey, you can go up that high. Nice. I think I might include the lower notes in these guys, so I can make an actual like chord out of these. Because the three is the 5, which makes it major. Like this is already pretty major. So like then if I, oops, didn't want to do that. Go to the trumpet. I can't tell because everything is, you can't go that high. But if I stayed down here first, did that, that might work. And these guys, basically, oh, you can go that high, holy shit. Okay, so I'm gonna want the trumpet and the flute. Actually, the trumpet to come down faster, the flute to come down not so fast, the string to come down a little. Cool. All right, this is kind of going somewhere. What's the chat doing? Savant's Law. I do know what happened to Sean Law, but that's not necessarily something to talk about. All right, well, people talking about Savant. That's cool. I mean, I like Savant. I hear someone doing laundry. I really hope they don't come in here to bug me. It'd be bad. All right, so I kind of want to bring in lower instruments here, like on this crescendo. So it's like, yeah, that could be neat. And I'll also bring in more. Okay, I know. Okay, all right. So this guy. Actually, it'd be easier if I just did this. Make. All right, I need a new staccato instrument. This is one I'll bring. Okay, I'll bring in the actual cellos. Or no. Let's do double basses. Because the cellos are technically they're being piscatoed. If I want to view this as like there's an orchestra doing stuff, then I have to have different sections do different stuff. What do you got? You got the quick up down. That's you. The martato. I don't know. I'm not. I pretend to know what I'm talking about, but I don't really. Yes. Yes. Clone. And then you should be 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I'm running out of mixture space, which means I'll have to go into a new one eventually. Which, I mean, I really try to limit how many of these I have open, these guys. But Sometimes I don't have an option. Rename. Stack double basses. I'm dropping the bass, you guys. Channel 6. That's how low double bass is supposed to be. Super fucking low. So it's mostly just it's a little much. Ugh. I also dislike how some of them have like a little bit extra attack, so it kind of sounds like they're out of time. Maybe I'll bring it back. Hey, ready? I'll screw everyone's head by doing this. Low notes have more attack. That's cool. This is basically gonna repeat. Like, so I guess I actually want this line to happen twice. What the fuck, man? Same deal with you. Send your flute. Flute looter. I guess these, however, are gonna match the original. However, I want lower. Yeah, I have an idea. I have ideas. I mean, this is still not really like super set in stone. Like I still might be just bullshitting, knowing that this is gonna become something. But what? 3-second Mercado. That's interesting. That's a thing. Muted. I don't know if I want to do muted. I want 5 layers. Just big, super. I like how one of the articulations is called adventure. That's nice. Now these I know have velocity layering. That's pretty badass, actually. Problem with this though is that like I want to kind of swell it in, but I mean I could go to the effects section. We have crescendos, but these are all based on like seconds and stuff. I don't know what that sounds like. Interesting stuff. We have FX Hell. I have to. That's nice. And the rips were basically just like cool sounding stuff. But crescendo flutter. That's what this means. Yes, it does. All right, let's see what the 2 seconds like. That's kind of what I wanted to have it do, though, is like to come into having these, and then these will suddenly be underneath the chords as they come in. And then I might have some kind of melodic element happening in there. I might put a piano underneath all this. That might be nice. That's a cool idea. They don't really have longer crescendos in this, though. Like, where's... Huh. I really hate to just use... See, this is what the key switches are for. If I want to get fancy, like I go over here to find all the... I I just did the Star Trek Voyager theme by accident. These are all the rips. Oops. That's the hell effects. That's the shake. That's the horror movie soundtrack. I find that weird that they have this as a specific thing, despite that you could probably just write that yourself. Those are all the crescendos. So I'm going to use one of these crescendos, and then I'm going to switch over with the key switch to use one of the regular sounding ones. So, okay, F. Now, where is that? I guess I need to make a new one. Channel 7. Fridge horns. Versatile things. No, okay, so I'm using the East-West Quantum Leap Symphonic Orchestra. That's the name of this library that I'm using. These are old-ass libraries. They have newer and better ones that are called the Hollywood series, like Hollywood Strings and Hollywood Brass and Hollywood Woodwinds, Hollywood Woodwinds, and they're so much better. They're so much better. They can do such awesome things, but like these aren't that bad. These are, like, you know, for what I'm going to do with it, this is certainly adequate. Me not being a professional film score dude, this is like, I don't really need much more than this. Although not to saying that I wouldn't have them if I could, but they're goddamn, they're expensive. Not nearly as expensive they were when they came out, but they're still pretty expensive. More expensive. Actually, right now, if you do, like, on their website, the website is called soundsonline.com. If you just Google East West Quantum Leap or EWQL, you'll find it all. And the way that they do this, they do in bundles, because individually these things are like not necessarily expensive, but in bundles, like the bundles themselves are more expensive, but you get more in it, you know, that kind of thing. And the bundle for all the Hollywood stuff is about as expensive as the bundle for all this stuff that I got when I got it. So it's basically the new version of this, like in price and in name. So that's that. So F. See, I hit one of the key switches by accident. All right, so F7 is the key switch that gets us a crescendo, which is important to know. So F7, so and in the pattern that I'm going to use the crescendo on, I'm going to put a note up on F7. So this means that whenever this pattern is triggered, it'll hit that note, which will change the key switch into the crescendo. Now I want to time this right so that it's at the end of the pattern. Almost. It basically ended like here. So if I... Pretty close. So I want... And I see I hit one of the key switches. That ain't quite. Let's do that. Some of them longer than the other ones. Yeah, damn it. Let's do a... Although, okay, so I want to lead into that, and then... I kind of know what I'm going to do. So these are going to go... So this is going to go here, and then... See, it's cool that this extra line, this extra thing leads out here, because I can make a new pattern. And I can make this be one of the regular notes, which are down here, I guess. What's the lowest keys? Which C. So here, so this part is just regular. It's just like sustain notes. So sustains right into right into the 3, I think. When are we in the 3? I did E again. God damn it. And so now I'm going like it's gonna be put this guy over here. So now the key switch is triggering that, and then this is gonna be the 3, so we're at F now. Wah, 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 wah. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing. And then that's when an actual melody comes in, probably with a mid-range string like a viola or a lower violin. Because the 2 sections of violins that we have, the 18 and 11. So that's what's up with that. Okay, so I don't know whatever this chord is going to be, I don't think that's going to be that long. And then, right, so then near 1, 2, and then it's going to end on the chord, the tonic. There's that attack problem that we've been having. Although I'm doing this, I'm in the wrong. Yep, I forgot. I am a beat over. Actually, this is right. That's right. Right there. Yeah. What chord do I want this to be? Could do major, and then major, minor. This is supposed to be minor too. That attack problem was still there, and the way that you solve this attack problem is to just play the notes a little bit before the line. Shift that does that. Shift that does that. Kind of know what's happening. That crackling we're hearing is there's a lot of stuff happening. That's what that means. And I don't know. Yeah. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna do something in the intro just because I know I'm gonna forget to do this later if I don't do it now. Let's go into Leviathan. Black Octopus Sound, Leviathan. Impacts, any of these. Heisenberg, really? Yeah, sure. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, like mixing wise. I want to layer a synth sound with this cello business. I gotta paste it in here. Yeah. Super loud. Somewhere where I'm not sure there's anything. So it's right there. Super 80s. Of course, the distribution of progression is not the same, so I gotta do this so that this happens the way it's supposed to. I'm enjoying this. Question is, do I want to start at the top filter and come down, or do I want to come up from the bottom? I want to come up from the bottom. This is going to continue. I'll put another chord down here. And over here, I'll have some kind of like generic, like orchestra sounding percussion, like happening. Not a big synthy sound, anything like the intro. Of course, the compression is going crazy. Basically what I wanted to do. I guess I'll copy this. This will happen twice. I do kind of want it to fall a little bit. The thing about it, though, remember the whole idea of velocity layering is that I can modulate the volume to come down, but it'll still sound like the sharp, hard brass and not the quiet, mellow brass. So I'm going to have the key switch into something that sounds more appropriate. That's what's going to have to happen there. So far, this is coming out way more badass than I thought it would. All right, what's the chat saying? Plugins are cool. Let's talk about weed. What is the name of the beard plugin? What's the actual plugin though? What are we talking about? The East-West Quantum Leap Symphonic Orchestra. The plugin is called Play. Play is the name of the sampler that they use for the engine. The wrapper is what FL uses to wrap non-native plugins. Okay. RAM always runs out. Well, no, it wouldn't if you were using Play, because Play streams from the hard drive, not loading into RAM. Although you can, the Reese bassoon, the Reese bassoon. I'll drop a bassoon for sure. Yeah. I forget what I was going to say. Anyway, we're about done. So let's play through today's progress, which is a bit wonky, but it's kind of neat. I'll turn the limiter back up again. I'm totally ripping off Philip Glass, like hardcore. Except that. That's awesome. I don't really know where I'm gonna go from here. I mean, I have ideas, but this is shaping up to be something cool. Anyway, if you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day. Look at the camera while I try to close XSplit. Goodbye.